So, what do you guys think about Deron Williams fighting Frank Gore? Did you guys hear this? It was announced as we were like recording the pod.
I have thoughts. So one, me and Tom are gonna possibly do what happened to Deron Williams video that will be uploaded basically the day of the fight to capitalize on momentum. So excited for that. Two, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So we were at one point we were living in a world where Chris Paul and Deron Williams were like the two guys. I tweeted out a magazine cover of it was like, you know, who's number one, who's the number one point guard. And at a point in time in Utah, Deron Williams I remember he was a problem for Chris Paul. He was more physical. He was more built a little bit. People had legitimate discussions of, okay, Chris Paul or Deron Williams. I feel like they definitely leaned on the side of Chris Paul. People thought Chris Paul was better, but it was just more of the fact that Deron Williams was right there in the conversation at that point in time. And now it is like a little jarring to see Chris Paul lead, the Suns, of course, with Aiden and Booker and all them, but, be a huge key contributor to a Suns team that reached the NBA Finals, while Deron Williams is, taking a fight on Jake Paul's undercard. Pretty crazy. What do you guys think?
Don't underestimate how big this fight really is. They're not just getting anybody, right? Like,
yeah, you're right.
Yeah.
I mean, like, here's the thing. Deron Williams is 6'3". Frank Gore's 5'9".
Why would he want to fight Frank Gore? No, Frank Gore's a tank, though. I'm not fighting Frank Gore. I'm 6'10".
I'm terrified of Frank Gore, man. The guy would bulldoze people. Like, he literally just retired 1 year. He just retired 1 year ago. This guy is has probably one of the greatest longevities I've ever seen in NFL history. So
I don't want to fight anybody that could average 3.5 yards a carry in 2020 on the Jets in the NFL. I'm not doing
on the
it.
Freaking Jets,
I'm not
bro.
doing it. Yeah.
All right. So devil's advocate. I just want to say, because Tom did just post this in our group chat. So apparently Deron Williams has said this. Combat sports have been a part of my life since my youngest days. Before I was a basketball player, I was a wrestler. Since 2015, I've had the privilege of owning an MMA gym. And through that, I've trained in various martial arts to stay active. Over the last year, I've been waiting for the right opportunity to translate my training into a professional debut. I'm making this happen on December 18th against Frank, one of the physically strongest NFL players in history. So he's not backing down. He's had an MMA gym since 2015.
That changes things. That completely 180s my perspective, because he's also bigger. In MMA, give me technique over size any day of the week.
Also, guys, while you're here, this podcast, Laced Up, is also on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. It would be awesome if you could go check us out there, follow us there, and leave us a review.
Yeah, so, guys, we are capping off the giveaway to the first 40,000 subscribers that turn on our notifications for the Laced Up podcast. All you have to do to enter for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X is subscribe, hit that notification bell. If you want to do us a favor, leave a like on the pod and let me know in the comments section down below when it's done. You'll enter for a chance to win a PlayStation 5 or an Xbox Series X.
That's actually
6 inches.
But wait, they're boxing though, right? Boxing and MMA.
There's just boxing. It's not
hand in hand. There's a little separation there. So that also weakens it a little bit. I don't know. It's more interesting now for sure.
Well, he said trained in various martial arts. I'm assuming that would mean that he gravitated towards boxing as he was training. It might not mean that. Lamar Odom fought Aaron Carter, and I don't think either of them trained very a bunch.
I automatically I don't know the shape that Frank Gore is in.
Probably good. Probably.
He's probably in a guy that's been playing in the NFL for 15 years. I don't know if he retired and he was like, okay, let me chill for a little bit, but this man is 1 year removed from, again, like Coop said, rushing for 3.5 yards per carry on the lowly New York Jets. He's 3 years removed for rushing for 4.6 yards per carry on the horrific Miami Dolphins. So this is a guy that still has a lot of a lot of strength in him. Yeah, a lot of juice, and I'm expecting him to have I'm definitely expecting him to have an edge on Deron Williams in the stamina game. So I don't know who are you guys going with?
Stamina is giant. Before
in boxing.
Oh,
Wait, you think? Wait. I'm actually confused though. Wait, why would Frank Gore, who plays football, have the stand? I don't get it.
I mean, you're talking about Deron Williams, who's been out of the NBA for 5 years.
Deron Williams, the thing is an unknown at this point. If he's been training, that's the thing. He's an unknown.
I mean, I saw Nate Robinson lose to Jake Paul, and all of a sudden,
Nate Robinson wasn't claiming he's been training for 6 years. Nate Robinson literally straight up said, "I'm an athlete. I think I'll just be an athlete and beat him up."
You're telling me Deron Williams has been training for 6 years, but hasn't fought a single MMA fight or fought a single boxing fight?
That's a good point.
That's a fair point. It's a fair point.
That's
So
a really
I don't
good
think
point.
six years. No, definitely not. But what I will say is, I don't think. I mean, Frank Gore. Who knows? They both have to train a ton to not get gassed fighting. I mean, I'm just saying, it's completely different sports. Like you don't just you're in football shape and suddenly that like is translating over to conditioning, fighting wise. Two different types of conditioning.
I think football conditioning translates to a lot of things pretty decently. So it's not far fetched to say that some of that or a decent amount of that won't translate. But
football's
you're right, it is
a lot of run and stop, and fighting's a lot of never stop.
Yeah, but I'm sure he also has like rigorously trained his upper body. I'm sure his conditioning is top tier. Having muscle stamina is probably one of the most important things in fighting. And I mean, I'm just going to assume Frank Gore has that. But you do make good points. You do make good points. My question to you guys is serious. I want a serious answer. Are either of you watching this?
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Yeah, because I'm watching Jake Paul.
Did you watch
the
that?
Jake Paul fight?
When's the last time you watched a Paul brother fight and got disappointed? Never, right? It's always great.
I've watched every Paul brother fight.
Okay, but did you watch the Lamar Odom fight?
I did not.
No, I watched the highlights for that one.
I watched the fight. It was a sad fight.
Yeah, that one was really bad. I do want to just I feel like people are going to be like, Frank Gore, I do want to say, on top of all that, the wear and tear on football, especially to the head, I don't really love the transition into boxing, to be honest. But
I think Frank Gore is a different case. Like, there are some running backs where, like the Emmitt Smiths and the Darren Sproles and the Frank Gores, that just really understood that if they wanted to have longevity in the sport, they needed to get hit as little as possible. And Frank Gore was just really good at that, running out of bounds, trying not to get tackled. And to his credit, man, I think you listen to this guy give interviews and he seems to have a good head on his shoulders. What's crazy is he retired a year ago and his son's about to go to the NFL next year.
That's cool. All right. Well, you guys know way more about football than me, so I'm with you. I was playing devil's advocate. I was playing interested consumer of this fight because I will be watching.
If you're still here while the music is cued, here are 2 videos I think you are definitely going to enjoy. Make sure to click on one of them. Again, I know you're gonna love it. And other than that, have a great day and peace.